Good day, Rusk enjoyers. Hope to know it's time for the full check analysis. Basically, in this video, I'm going to look at all the skins in the brand new Rust Door, and I'm going to go ahead and compare to previous Rust Door skins to get a good idea in regards to, well, how much are each of these likely to sell by next Thursday. But then knowing that, we'll then question, are these skins still holding up to being perfectly fine investments, or are there any potential problems that you need to be aware of? So sit back, relax, I'm going to start yapping. So, I was a little bit late with the first 24 hours of sales. Technically speaking, it's the first 25. But you can clearly see, oh, people turned up and they have been buying. Like, if I could just give you a nice little comparison, 2 weeks ago, we had a very notable transparent aim sight, pay-to-win SAR right there on display. First 24 hours passed, it only managed to do 8,500 subscribers. We have several skins here that have sold more than that. Wow. So, yeah, I mean, it's a force wipe. Lots of people turned up, although I have kind of noticed, and someone on YouTube did post that, kind of like get it in my head. It's July 4. It's July 4 weekend, so maybe not too many Americans are currently playing Rust this time specifically, because I did notice July 4 swipe, it was a bit less compared to June, like by 10%. We easily went over 200,000 people playing last month, but this month with like the brand new monument being added and whatnot, only just about just below 200,000 people turned up. So, hey, I mean, we're still expecting some very nice positive times with prices improving. But yeah, it clashed with July 4 weekend, and I guess not too many people from America are currently playing Rust this weekend, but surely they'll play a lot this month. So, alright, cool. Anyway, the sales are looking very good. And I even say it right here, many skins to reach around 25,000 subscribers. I thought that was like a more reasonable number to suggest, because initially I was going to sit here and say, I think we're going to see a few skins reach up to 30,000 subscribers. But as I talk in a bit, you'll realise, oh wait, hang on a minute. Yeah, it's more likely it's just going to probably be about 2 of them. But overall, yes, it does look as if we're going to have many skins over 20,000 subscribers by the time the Rust rotates next Thursday. So let's hop out and take a look at the first 48 hours of sales now. Although I should point out, it's not 48 hours of sales. Ugh. I'm recording this a fair bit later. It's like 55 hours in now. But you can still see like decent sales. It's still going to be fairly easy to figure out like how much they're going to sell by next Thursday. So no need to worry. There's some very interesting skins chosen, and well, I'd say it's an interesting variety. Quite a few people weren't exactly super pleased with the clothing and the armor, but to be honest with you, I mean, how could you be upset with that Boonie Hat? It is a brand new set for Tier 3, okay. But like with the deplorables, with the weapons, I mean, got some pretty cool looking skins. By all means, comment below. Out of everything here, feel free to comment below what was your most favourite choice. Or what was picked. Whatever, you get the idea. I should also just quickly remind you, these 2 skins right here, or rather items, they're special. They are not tradable, they're not marketable. So I'm not going to be talking about them, but I've already talked about them already with my special charity video. Yes, the Twitch drops charity skins for July 2026. Consider giving it a good watch. If you were to buy them, all proceeds do go towards the charities. $6 a piece. They give you 70% comfort when you stand next to them in-game. They also glow and whatnot. So, alright, cool. So, let's now go through all the skins and try and figure out how much each of them will likely end up at by next Thursday. So, with the first 25 hours of sales, Frog Boonie Hat and Popstar Armored Door were fairly close. I am going to pair them up. So, alright, what exactly are we going to compare to? Because we've sold quite a fair bit more compared to somewhat recent skins. Well, that's not totally true. We did have the auto turrets right here, the first ever auto turret skins to be accepted. And I know for a fact this ends up getting like a second wind, and it sold a lot more towards the end of its 7-day tenure in the Rust Door. So, yeah, alright. Murder Hornet, let's compare to you. June 11, 2026, there you go, 31,200. Yeah, that's a lot. Of course, with it being a brand new skinnable, it started to suffer because we just keep seeing more and more skins being accepted. But with these 2, well, cheap, green, primitive camouflage. Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to like that. But I have to be realistic with you. It's very unlikely we also see the burlap shirt and pants being accepted anytime soon. Maybe at some point in the future, when Face Punch decides to be nice and lenient, maybe we could see that being accepted. But I really don't think that's going to be accepted anytime soon. Like, I know we've been making a bit of a fuss about the auto turrets last month. You know, They're not supposed to be camouflage. I know, I'm past that point now, don't worry. I was just being a little bit dry. I was just insinuating, face post doesn't like that. We've always known they are very hesitant with camouflage clothing and armor. We know, all right? Especially primitive skins. So I really don't think you're going to see the Bearlet clothing anytime soon, all right? Like, just go look at the comments right now. I'm going to sit here and say this. Who really wanted to see Temple Tier 2 and hoodie and pants being accepted? And now the floodgates have opened and there's a lot of people commenting below. Ha ha. Anyway, so, yeah. I'm sure you can still appreciate that, though. For 99 cents, a goofy, silly hat. That right there is the only skin this week that's not abnormal. And yet, when I did my predictions video, I said that was probably the most reliable thing here. Can I just quickly point out, Boonie hats, oh, yeah, they're actually all in the positive. That only makes things a lot more appealing. Yeah, it only makes things a whole lot more appealing. But of course, you can mix and match. Like, can I just quickly point out, with the arrival of that frog hat, Fisherman hat did dip down in price a fair bit. Yes, it did. Because you could just grab that instead. Anyway. It's fun. It's silly. It waited 3 years to be accepted. I think that very likely will go over 30,000 subscribers. Like, with both of these two skins here, I think they're going to do between 27 to 32,000 subscribers. And that could even go up to 40,000 subscribers. I still think that eventually just work out perfectly fine. Like, I said in my predictions video, realistically speaking, as we go through the next few months and whatnot, I reckon that might go up to about $1.50. Now, is that necessarily a bad thing? Up 50% in just a few weeks' time? All right. I mean, it's still good profit. You might have to buy 100 of them, though. But, yes, it's not abnormal. So Wednesday, we'll look at it. We'll look at the sales and we'll make considerations. But honestly, I think it's the most reliable thing here. Just be aware it's probably not going to have the biggest profit. But as time goes on, I'm sure it'll be slowly and gradually rising up in value because I know it will be appreciated. Boonie hats are reliable. That right there, it's a green one. It's cheap green camouflage. So, positive. Popstar Armored Door. I mean, guys, just take a look at the Popstar collection and wow. So, garage door's $11. The bed is $8. The sheet in the door is over $5. I mean, you know, it's doing pretty good. We have seen so many skins being accepted over these past 3 months. Yep, you got Mr. Waldoonaald here commenting. It's like, he was sitting here earlier. It's like, guys, I haven't even noticed the prices dipping recently. The only skins he's invested into are Popstar. So all he's seen is gains, gains, gains. Green, green, green. Anyway, so I have to kind of get this in your head. Yes, it's been getting tons of skins accepted. I mean, they're bright, they're colourful. They make plenty of people happy. Just because you the viewer, don't like anime, just because you don't like it doesn't mean other people can't. So anyway, that very likely it will be doing over 30,000 subscribers. It will. I feel pretty confident that's going to happen. And to be honest with you, I can still see it hold up quite nicely. I know a shop front is being made. I've seen it. It's going to appear this weekend. If that gets accepted as well. The point is, if we keep seeing more and more Popstar skins being produced and accepted, the momentum's still going to go strong. But eventually it must stop. It can't go on forever. In fact, I'll ask you right now, what would you like to see being made next? A deplorable? A weapon or tool? Or another attempt for clothing armor? Offer opinion, feel free to comment below. But I think we need to see more deplorables for the likes of that armored door to work out nicely. Now, I will also point out, it is the focused item of the month. We are going to expect a lot more armored door skins being accepted, okay? That's like 100% to be expected. Even then, comparing this with all the other armored doors of the past, it's incredibly unique. It's incredibly colourful. It's a very bright glow-in-the-dark armored door. In the past, we've had quite a lot of armored doors being accepted, but they're like super grungy and realistic and whatnot. But recently, we have opened up to like neon designs, glow-in-the-dark designs. That is an anime girl, and she will protect me. Anyway, I don't think we're going to see another anime armored door anytime soon. Maybe Hazma, if the skin creator wants to try for it. But you know, we've already got like two. We've got a Hazma sheet in the door and a Popstar sheet in the door. Both of them are doing good. Both of them are doing good. So like, I think that's going to just do A-okay. Maybe it might suffer eventually as we go through the autumn-fall seasonal dip. Of course, we always have to be reminded of that. But yes, September, October, November, inevitably all Ruskin prices will suffer again. But then, of course, after that, we get closer and closer to Christmas, the end of the year, post-Christmas. Yeah, prices inevitably will rise up very nicely as well. So it might rise up with more skins being accepted over the course of the next several weeks, but then, September, October, November, and then after that, Christmas, yay! So, yeah, I could look at that and say, I'm not surprised to see it sold 5,000 more subscribers compared to the Apotheosis Armored Door. Yeah, there's clearly more fans for this compared to that. Not to sound mean, but anime fans have got deep wallets, alright? So, yeah. I think that's going to be doing pretty good in the foreseeable future. I think with the Abnormal Barders next Wednesday night, I think we're going strong. Even if it did over 30,000 subscribers, it's looking pretty solid. Right then, cool. So we'll put that aside then. Let's move on to the next couple. So we've got the Valkyrie AK47 and the Fireflies Metal Shopfront. I guess Space Station will be fairly close, and I'll talk about that in a second. But yep, over to here. What am I going to compare to? Both of these sold very similar amounts. I was considering just comparing to the Murder Hornet auto turret again, but I thought, you know what, I could probably go back and look at the Tribal Alloy SAP, because of course, a month ago, we're incredibly surprised to see such a thing, another transparent aim sight pay-to-win SAP skin being accepted. Wow! And it was the cheapest one compared to B-SAP and Heatseeker SAP. So, in theory, we thought we were going to see a lot of sales, and we did. For a SAP, that did sell quite a lot, and let's remind you how much that reached up to. Ta-da! 22,500 subscribers. Again, SAP skins of the past haven't really sold absurd amounts. But, for, with what we saw there, it was pretty crazy. Anyway. So, that only did 22,500. At the current rate of sales I'm looking at with these two particular skins right here, I think they're going to sell more. I think it's more likely they'll sell fairly similar to what we see here. So, in regards to the Valkyrie AK47 and the Firefly Sheet Metal Shopfront Door, it's hard to say, sorry. I say Sheet Metal Door so much now, I've got to say it like that. I think both of these two, 22 to 27,000 subscribers. I do believe that has picked up a lot of momentum because, well, okay, let's focus the AK-47 now. It is a piece of art. It's a lovely looking skin. It's made by Mr. Fuff. Now, if alarm bells aren't ringing right now, I'll help you out. Who's Mr. Fuff? Ah, it's just the man behind the Olympus collection. Oh. Uh-oh. What's wrong? Okay. In regards to what we see right here, that was another very nice transparent aim sight pay-to-win AK-47. And with all due respect, look at that. Fairly decent sales, fairly high on price. It's doing good. But the problem was, it didn't get a lot more skins accepted after it. And I can confirm to you, oh yes, I can confirm to you, he really did try. He really, really did try. Look at all of that. Look at all of that. Please be aware, it's quite likely, if there were to be like a Valkyrie collection, we might not see that many skins being accepted. Now, okay, that's fine. Still a very nice looking skin. It's still pay to win. But, here's the thing. What did we just see being given away for absolutely free very recently? The H. June and Frost AK-47 as a kick drop. You have to be aware that for the remainder of this year, for the many months that are about to happen, there will be more kick drops and Twitch drops. They are inevitable, okay? How likely is it that we might see another pay-to-win transparent aim sight AK-47 being given away for absolutely free? Very likely, because we see it all the time. So, if this is completely independent and it potentially reaches up to 27,000 subscribers, is that going to be alright? Look at all the AK-47 skins that we've seen over the past few years, and you'll notice the vast majority of them are not doing very good. You know what? A very good comparison might be the optimized AK. Now, with all due respect, that doesn't have as much transparency as this, but that's also a white design. And we talked about comparing that with the Comics AK-47. Anyway, that sold for a higher price. It did 30,000 plus subscribers. It has suffered. But again, a lot of skins have suffered recently within the past month. We did have a June dip. I might need to talk about that. Special video and whatnot. Anyway, so, but then again, if we really start to pick up and gain some traction over the course of the next several weeks, what with, summer peaks, July, August, we do tend to see prices rise up very nicely, pending we don't have, July 4 weekend. Anyway, moving on. I think that could still do very nicely in the foreseeable future. Within the next 2 months, I am expecting it to suffer as we go through October time. Inevitably, with the autumn fall seasonal dip, that is expected to suffer and go down. Now, how low will it go? That's a bit debatable. But the more it sells, the more you could expect with the amount of listings on the Steam market when times are bad. Now, let's see if it does turn into a collection. I did double check. I wanted to see, did anybody ask? People are asking for continuations. But, well, is it just going to be a revolver and that's it? Much like Olympus. I would like a revolver, by the way, Fafo. That'd be nice. Okay, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, it's just metallic. But when you actually see it in game, with the shine, the design, with the pattern, with the Valkyrie on it and whatnot, it looks stunning. It's a very nice looking skin. But there will be kick drops and twitch drops. There will be more AK47s. They are inevitable. So it's always a bit of a worry with these AK47s. Up to 27,000 subscribers is pretty ridiculous. So it would be smarter to do the abnormal barders first, 100%. We've got to wait till next Wednesday. The bar means if you like it, if you really want one for yourself, treat yourself, just buy it. Support the skin creator. Keep them nice and motivated to want to keep making lovely creative designs in the future. So, yeah, cool. Now we're going to focus the Fireflies metal shopfront, and with the words I'm about to say, they would also apply to the space station shopfront. Brand new skinnable. So what's wrong? Well, it's the first 2 to be accepted, and as of now, well, if that Fireflies metal shopfront is going to do between 22 to 27,000 subscribers, is that too absurd? We don't know. We can't really compare to anything, can we? Damn. So consider this. I ask you now, how often are you using shopfronts? Again, there's various different builds. It doesn't necessarily have to be part of the main build. It could be an external around the base and whatnot. I've seen it all. I understand. How many of you are going to actively want to skin them? That's the question to ask. How many people here are going to actively want to skin them? Now, aside from that, are these the type of the designs that you want to see? I mean, you know, that's part of the Fireflies collection, and let me tell you, that's doing pretty good. And of course, people have been appreciating space-themed deplorables as of recent over the past half year. Like, they've been working out very nicely, haven't they? Yeah. But wouldn't you prefer a version that might potentially be more of an advertisement? Come trade here. Like, let's just go over to here, for example. Like, you've got the exchange, you've got graffiti. There you go. Something like that. Something like that. Yeah. Isn't that something you'd probably prefer more of, I guess? I mean, feel free to comment below. Oh, I didn't realise you could skin the other side. Got Alistair right there. Anyway, do you see what I'm saying? So, it looks nice. Both of them do. They do line up very nicely. I've already showcased that in my rust rotation video. I've also showcased that in a special short video as well. But there will be more. There will be more metal shop runs. As I've already said, we're expecting a Popstar one. It's going to appear, and you will scream. Everyone will. Anyway, yeah, we're going to see flashier designs. We're going to see more collection continuations. There's Ultramarine. In fact, did I even show off the Adobe? I saw a very good Adobe one. There's actually 2. I guess I'll showcase the both of them. We've got Crypt there as well, by the way. But if I go to most recent, you'll see it very nice. We've got this one, and we've got this one. I think that was just for the Art of Rust server. I might be wrong. But look at that. So that's made by Listic and Bestaz, and that honestly looks as if it lines up very, very nicely. So, what's your opinion? There will be more. There will be more accepted. And, you know, just to kind of get it into your head. Do you not realise we also happen to have an electric furnace? We also happen to have another auto turret. We have another barbecue skin. Like, With all the brand new skinnables, we have seen quite a lot of them constantly get skins accepted. I really wouldn't be surprised if the metal shopfront does get quite a lot of skins accepted for the foreseeable future. Also consider this, with it being a nice flat surface, you're going to see some pretty cool looking Halloween skins and Christmas skins. You know it, like Santa's Workshop or a scary monster for a face there. Like, yeah, come on now. So, we have to take that into consideration now, don't we? Yeah. So, yeah, if there's a lot more on the horizon, they very likely could suffer because of that. So with the Fireflies metal shopfront, potentially doing between 22 to 27,000 subscribers, I am a bit hesitant. I might just stick with a barder. I feel like that might be the smartest way to go about it. But now as I move over and specifically talk about the Space Station shopfront, I don't actually have anything nice to compare with, unfortunately. But based on what we've just been talking about with the Fireflies metal shopfront, I think what I'm just going to say is that I reckon that's going to do between 20 to 25,000 subscribers. A fair bit less compared to this, and of course you know that as well. Again, I will reiterate, in the past we have seen a lot of space theme skins being accepted this past half a year. The very first Rust Off of the year had 2 Space Station theme skins, and I should also remind you, they're not all made by the same skin creator. People are just simply buying these because they like them. They line up very nicely with the Space Station building skin. People like, people appreciate, and they keep being made, they keep getting bought out afterwards. They're all doing very, very good. In fact, if I go to the items section, if I type in space, let's see here. How much positivity are we about to see? Let's find out. You're down a fair bit. You're doing good. 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 Is 20 to 25,000 an actually perfectly fine, reasonable amount? Or with more and more options appearing, could there be problems? Like, you know what, I'll also sit here and say this. Do you honestly believe we'll see another space-themed shopfront being made now? I mean, they've got that one. There can't be another one now, right? So that actually might work out quite all right. Again, same would apply with Fireflies, if people really happen to be big fans of Fireflies collection. So it's all up in the air. It's all up in the air. Like, are people even using it enough? Do people feel justified to use skins? But they're also notable collections, so people surely like those collections, right? But there's going to be more skins. It's all up in the air. So I'm somewhat confused. They do appear to be selling quite nicely, which would also kind of insinuate that people like them, so there's demand. I am going to just stick with a barter when we do the abnormal barters, right? Because I really don't know where it's going to go. But by all means, if you like them, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creators, keep them nice and motivated to keep wanting to put out nice creative designs in the future. Cool. So, sorry it got a bit rambly, but do you understand all the conflicting thoughts I have? Let's now focus the Apotheosis of War Armored Door. So Apotheosis of War collection is kind of progressing quite nicely. Oh, we're starting to see some positivity. I'm happy to see that. Hopefully the garage door could rise up a fair bit more, please. And you know what? The double door's also doing pretty good there as well. I am aware a sheet meta door and a sheet meta double door have been posted in the past. Will they be accepted anytime soon? Or do they need to be resubmitted? We shall see. But let's focus. What are we going to compare to? 8,800 subscribers. Yeah, there was a hour problem there. But I reckon I could just go back a few weeks. And I think what I want to do is I want to compare to the ballistic gloves and the boots. Yeah, that'll probably be quite alright. So away I go. A few weeks back. Not that far back. Here we are. Right. 21,000 subscribers and almost 19,000 subscribers. Switching back over to here. I reckon that's going to probably do between 18 to 21,000 subscribers. Now, is that a perfectly fine amount? As I've already pointed out, this clearly is getting a lot more attention. But is that necessarily a bad thing for you? I mean, to have 2 skins at the same time for one item does usually lead to one being more popular and one not really getting as much attention, but then because it didn't sell that much, it ends up working out quite right in the further future. Like, could I just quickly go back 2 weeks? And do you notice how Popstar sold quite a fair bit more, just a little bit more compared to Neon Auto Turret, but now Neon Auto Turret's actually doing better? That's interesting. Yeah. So, things like this have happened before. Maybe that works out perfectly fine, because that got all the attention, this only sold so much, and as time goes on, if we do see more Apotheosis of War skins being accepted, and people happen to appreciate the collection, that armored door actually might work out quite alright. But of course, we are expecting more armored doors. Like, why is that armored double door struggling? Why is it down in price? Because the armored double door is the focused item of the month, and that was like the second one to be accepted. After this, 3 more were accepted after that. So the attention got like taken away. So, alright, cool. In regards to what I'm seeing here, it is $3. It is $3. In fact, that's also $3. I mean, you can say that, but moving on. I still think it would suffer as we go through October. In fact, with the recent dip, a lot of the Apotheosis skins did suffer. In fact, if I go to STMM, it seems to be a bit slower to update itself. Nah, it's still somewhat reasonably up to date here. I can confirm, every single skin was in the red. like within the past week. But with another skin accepted, it's all good. No. The bed's been doing good. It was all the other skins. So, okay. So, yes, with the armored door, I am somewhat hesitant. But I have to acknowledge that it's still in a very good spot. And it's still getting skins made. And it's still getting skins accepted. So, okay. There might be more armored doors on the horizon. But that also looks very cool. 2 separate art pieces to the side, as you'll notice. Yep. He's just sleeping. It's all good. He's just having a lovely sleep. Don't you sleep in a pile of skulls? Yes. Who knows what's going to get made next? But I am fully well aware, as I've already said, there's still a sheet metal door and a sheet metal double door hoping to be accepted. So here's hoping we see it being accepted. You know, looking forward to it eventually. Hopefully, maybe, possibly. So yeah, 18 to 21,000 subscribers. I am looking at with a curious eye. If it ends up with 18,000 rather than 21,000, well, I might be putting down a better bar order. Moving on. SAP and Tier 3. Yep, they appear to be a pretty decent pairing. So yes, let's go back to here. Okay. 8,000, 7,600, 7,300. What are we going to compare to? I thought I could just go back to the boots again. I thought I could look at the ballistic boots specifically, but I also want to go ahead and also compare with the Popstar auto turret because they're fairly close. So, okay, cool. Yeah, we'll go do that then. We literally just looked at them, didn't we? So back to here. Whoops, too far back. All right. 18,800 and 18,300. Let's look at you again. So SAP. Hellforged. As we've already pointed out, Optimized SAP is another transparent aim sight pay to win SAP. And honestly, yeah, it's going to sell less compared to Trouble Alloy, isn't it? Yeah. Simply this appearing, oh, it put a spanner in the works for Trouble Alloy. But the silly thing is, this is $3. Trouble Alloy was basically around $3. I mean, it was like $3.50. It was actually selling quite nicely. What with the SAR being accepted recently. But then this appears, people react. People reacted. But that right there, I must get this into everybody's heads. That wasn't a recent submission. This was actually submitted before the AK47. I just want everybody to be aware of this. It's not like Facepunch saw something super insanely amazing. They thought, yep, we've got to accept that. They've been neglecting the super amazing recent submissions. They picked something that came up before this. I'm not sure why they did that specifically, but they did it. So I'm rolling with the idea that Optimized isn't going to get frequent acceptances. I think it's going to get sporadic. So knowing that, it kind of makes me a little bit concerned. But how much do I reckon that this is going to sell? I reckon the SAP and the Tier 3 are likely going to sell between 16 to 18,000 subscribers. That does look like it's on course to sell less compared to what we see over here with that. And yet, they're basically around the same price. But this right here, I truly believe this collection is actually going to still get skins accepted. I do believe the bolt action rifle and the Python and the Thompson are all a fairly good shout in the upcoming Rust stores. I think that's an active collection. I don't think Optimized is. But independently, it's still a white SAP with a transparent aim sight. I think that could still work out perfectly fine. 16 to 18,000 subscribers really isn't that much. For a SAP, that kind of is. In fact, let's just go ahead and look at that. Let's look at all the SAP skins and look at them based on like highest subscribers, just to get the point across. As you'll notice, Heatseeker is on top, followed by Trouble Alloy. If we were to see this potentially reach between 16 to 18, it's going to probably end up being the 5th or 4th best-selling skin, maybe even up to the 4th. Yeah. So maybe. Okay. I could see it working out nicely. I mean, Thunder Gold's doing good for a reason. Well, you know, it's white. It's got lovely gold and whatnot. It's quite literally written in the name. So, yeah, I could still see that working out okay. But again, I must point out, well, that looked very special, didn't it? Now look at it. Even with this being accepted, it's not really recovered that much. Oof. But I am fully well aware people have been unloading their stock because they're such smart people. Yes, very smart. All right, anyway, so I'm still somewhat concerned about that one. So, well, we'll talk more about that on Wednesday. We'll do the abnormal barders. It is abnormal, of course. Hellforged Tier 3. I need to see a continuation. In fact, have we seen it? Let's go to the workshop. SMN, how you doing, good sir? I do like the armour, it looks nice. I certainly am looking forward to some Tier 2 because I feel like you've got some very creative opportunities with the face mask, for example. The coffee can. But yes, clothes, tier 2, that's what we want to see. Did we see anything in regards to like comments on the chest plate? Anyone? No, 3 comments here. Anyone asking? He said thank you. But yeah, come on now. Not to sound mean, but I know the skin creators here don't get tons of acceptances. They have the potential now to get a lot more with collection continuations, building up a brand new metallic clothing armor set. I really wouldn't be surprised if we do eventually see that. But for now, I've got to wait a little bit longer. The continuation might appear within the next couple of days. That'd be nice. But I've got to wait till Wednesday. I've got to wait till Wednesday. I've got to look around then, and then I'll make my consideration. 16 to 18,000 isn't ridiculous. I will remind everybody of Damascus collection, for example. Let's see how that did, because this was another metallic set that got completed. And, well, I mean, 19,000, 20,000, 13,000. Still worked out all right. But then you also have, like, Hard Suit. And Hard Suit was a bit funny. Yeah, take a look at this. Oh, dear. 16,000, 20,000. That one didn't really work out very well. It's unfortunate, but at least we're fully well aware. Some full metallic sets tend to work out quite all right. Not all of them, though. Cyber Collection's also doing somewhat reasonably okay. That also didn't sell super crazily, like 14 to 15,000. So, yeah, I could see Hellforge working out. We just need to see those other pieces being accepted. So, all right, cool. We'll see how it goes. Maybe it ends up slowing down and ends up with less than 16,000. Who knows? Hologram Barbecue. An interesting collection continuation to the recent Hologram Furnace, which hasn't actually recovered with this being accepted. Oh. Anyway, so, yes, a very cool, transparent design. Like, with what I see here, well, have you actually seen it in the rust rotation? The glow is very prominent. The design is very cool. It does somewhat look as if it's floating. But aside from that, I'm going to see more hologram skins actually being accepted, because there were a lot of them being submitted. Michael, CD, they have been trying quite a lot. The bed looked cool, wasn't accepted. The sleeping bag looked cool, wasn't accepted. Large box, you know what I'm going to say next. So anyway, who knows what happens next? But at the very least, let's compare and figure out how much it likely might sell by next Thursday. So I thought we could compare to the Neon Auto Turret. So back over to here, Neon Auto Turret, where are you? Boom, 6,200. Yeah, around 6,000. Yeah. Let's go ahead and take a look at that then, because that Auto Turret, that only did about 15,000 subscribers. Now back over to here, this isn't updating as well, so let's go refresh. See, that's updating. I reckon that Hologram Barbecue, I reckon it's going to do between 13 to 15,000 subscribers. Now, if we didn't see so many barbecues being accepted as a recent, I would sit here and say it probably would have sold a fair bit more. But, are we going to end up in a situation like Abyss Barbecue, where it actually does a very good job retaining its value because it glows very, very nicely? Like, that Hologram Barbecue, it really does light up quite nicely. It doesn't emit its own light, but it's very noticeable. It looks cool. Well, actually, no, because it's a barbecue, it does emit light. Moving on. It's a cool looking design. It stands out. It's eye-catching. I think people will be appreciating that. And with 13 to 15,000 subscribers, honestly, with also the possibility in seeing more collection continuations, hopefully, that actually might work out quite alright. It's not selling absurdly. It's looking pretty sweet. It's a cool looking skin. What's your opinion? Do you like it? I reckon with 13 to 15,000 subscribers, that actually could work out quite nicely. And it's also helpful that it's abnormal. So, next Wednesday, we'll be racing to chase after that. Okay. Next to the furnaces, regular furnace, electric furnace, ornate marble furnace, protector electric furnace. I didn't notice that I made a mistake. He was hovering over it. But I know that for like the past couple days, the sales have been very close to each other. So I'm just going to compare to something that had about 5,000 subscribers. What might that be? Rainbow Pony Bolt Action Rifle. Boom. So, that's been working out quite alright as of recent. But how much did it sell, Hedge? Just under 13,000 subscribers. Okay. I reckon both of the furnaces here, I reckon they're going to do between 11 to 13,000 subscribers. Currently sitting here with 7,400 and 7,000 subscribers. Ornate Marble Furnace is a completely brand new design, made by Skin Creator, who got their first ever skin accepted. Props to Mr. XPRK21. But what's he going to do next? Well, I wonder. Of course he's going to attempt making a collection out of it. I'm not sure what he's going to do. In fact, has anyone asked? We'll see what's going to happen there. But I really wouldn't be surprised if we see like a door or something being produced. I really wouldn't be surprised if we see some more deplorables. But I also had to point out and sit here and say, I really wouldn't be surprised if it goes down in price. Oh dear. Furnaces, they don't tend to retain their value very nicely. I mean, you just saw the hologram furnace with a brand new collection continuation. Hasn't budged. I guess it's probably because people just happen to prefer the electric furnace. Really? Really? And of course, with them getting skins now, it's just making them look a whole lot more appealing. So yeah, maybe a bit awkward. It's not a super standout design in terms of it doesn't really light up that much. Look at Stormcloud, for example. It's got the lightning streaks go all around it. When it's turned on at night time, they stand out. They are noticeable. They are cool. That right there, it's nice. It's sleek. It looks nice for what it is. It's just, I get the feeling people would prefer another one, a different one, a standout one. Again, I don't want to sound mean. I'm just trying to take notice what people are buying, okay? And in regards to furnaces, only a few of them usually work out nicely. At $2.49, I am a fair bit concerned. But this weekend, will we see a collection continuation? It's in the hands of the skin creator. Yes, yes. Protector. Uh-oh. The only skins I've seen work out with this collection are doors. In the past, we have had a barbecue. Oh my, oh dear. Now, you've done nothing wrong, electric furnace. You're perfectly fine for what you are. But how many electric furnaces have we seen being accepted? Oh, it's starting to pile up, isn't it? We're starting to see more and more and more. And a Twitch drop. Oh. So, I kind of wouldn't be surprised if it does get lost in the shuffle. It's not a super standout, crazy looking design. It's perfectly in theme with the previous skins in its set. But, like, we've seen Molten Visage, we've got, like, Neon, we've got Pirate, we've got Popstar with all the colours and the glow. That right there, it's fine for what it is. It does glow as well. It's just not as noticeable. I don't want to say dull, because obviously it's trying to commit to a theme. It looks very good on the doors. I just don't think it looks that good in the electric furnace. But what does that matter? You know, it got accepted. Clearly it did something right. So shut up, Hedge. But still, it's also one of the lowest selling skins this week. So yeah, I'm thinking I might just stick with barters on both of these. Don't want to sound mean, but I'm sure you'd agree. And then we have the Abyss Auto Turret. That is not selling that much. Now, I did quite literally yell to everybody. When we had the Abyss Locker with the previous week, I could see initially it wasn't selling that much. And I was like, huh, okay, that's looking pretty interesting. But after we did the Abnormal Barders, I really noticed it really wasn't selling that much. Now, I can confirm to you, that locker is the lowest selling skin in the Abyss collection so far. Because we now have this auto turret, and I'm not really sure what's going to happen next. That very likely could be selling less. And of course, we'll do a comparison in a second. But, yeah. That's already doing very nicely. And I did yell at everybody, so again, I'll look over here, I'll showcase my shorts, and I was like, guys, it's in a very good spot. People like the Abyss collection. If it sells hardly anything, I think it might work out as a nice investment. So, yeah, I bought 30 of them. Did you? Anyway, moving on from here. That's in a very, 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 very good spot. And I know exactly what I want to compare to, because with the first 24 hours of sales from the previous week, we had a certain Pirate auto turret do a very similar amount of sales compared to what we see over to here. Very similar sales. So, let's go ahead and take a look at the Pirate turret from the previous week. And that only ends up with just about 10,700 subscribers. So, looking at that, I am under the impression the Abyss Auto Turret's going to do between 9 to 11,000 subscribers. Now, maybe it might sell a little bit more, you know, especially after I pointed out that with the low sales with the Abyss skins, they do tend to work out quite nicely. But yeah, we're still seeing more and more Auto Turret skins being accepted. Like, you know, we've got the special Twitch drop right there as well. Ooh. And that also glows in the dark. Oh, did I even mention that? It glows in the dark. Wow. And this is where I want to quickly compare again to the Neon Auto Turret. Because, you know, the Popstar Auto Turret sold quite a fair bit more compared to Neon. but Neon is doing better in terms of sales and price. So what gives? Why did that happen? I don't know. But we did sit here and talk about, will people appreciate the glow? Is it like a deterrent? Do people just happen to like it because it glows? Yeah, I've got all these all around my base. Look at that. Again, the laser's always looking. The sound's always whirring from it and whatnot. Are you a Neon auto turret enjoyer? Glow-in-the-dark auto turret enjoyer? Why? Offer your opinions. I have to acknowledge that is doing good. So, Steam Market, away we go. Steam Inventory Helper Extension, away we go. Is it just one guy buying it out? Let's quickly go ahead and take a look. So I do see it just rise up. Why does it just rise up? Show liquidity. I mean, the sales are fairly similar each day. It's improving. I can clearly see that. Yep. You did sell a fair bit less, but it's not like you sold significantly less. It's not like it sold hardly anything. It still did 15,000 subscribers. Now we have another glow-in-the-dark auto turret, which is likely to sell about 5,000 less. So, as I've already mentioned, it's part of the Abyss collection. When times are good, Abyss is bought out, Abyss is appreciated. So what if it ends up becoming one of the lowest selling skins in the set? Both of these are now looking very appealing, okay? So, that auto turret, thumbs up, I'm respecting you. I think that actually might be a sneaky dark horse investment for the week. This and this, both of them are looking very appealing, okay? But we'll see how things are by next Wednesday. Maybe they sell a bit too much, maybe they undersell. Of course, I'll be screaming and shouting about what I think about them then. But yes, with this week, whilst all of these are getting the attention, these aren't selling that much, and they're making themselves look a whole lot more appealing now. So, yeah. This is why the full chat analysis is quite handy, because you just imagine the top selling skins are the most in demand. But you have to question what happens afterwards. You know what? A great example of this is the barbecue from the previous week. Nobody cared about it. Nobody really even batted an eye. Didn't sell that much. Second lowest selling skin of the week. That suddenly got tons of attention, didn't it? Everybody suddenly cared about it. Why is that? Well, what happened was the only people that actually own these and could sell them on the Steam market, they all decided to list theirs above $100. And I've had several people on my own server screaming and shouting, saying, Hedge, 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 have you seen the Gold Chains barbecue? Oh, it's $100. No. Just because it's listed at a price doesn't necessarily mean it's selling at that price, okay? And if we look at the sales history, you'll see nobody did that. Although someone did buy this for over $10. What? I kept telling people just leave it for a week. As time goes on, more people will be able to sell theirs, and they'll notice the prices and they will sell theirs. It has started to cool off already. But still, due to scarcity, that's actually working out a lot better than what we would initially assume. But give it time, I wouldn't be surprised if it does cool down a little bit more and does end up at about $3, which would still be profitable. Yeah. I'm also noticing prototype salvage DAX here. $20, really? Let's just double check that. Yeah, it's not $12, but it's still a pretty high price. It's about $9. Yeah, look at that. Ooh. But the actual barders only get up to $4 and whatnot. Again, scarcity. So, scarcity sells, apparently. Sort of. What? That doesn't make sense. Afterwards. Okay, so, yeah, cool. Keep an eye on these lower selling skins. They could actually turn around and become very, very interesting things. But I'm still not 100% behind the electric furnace. Both the furnaces, I should say. These two. Yes. Again, it's not like you're not selling that much. But that one really is. Okay, cool. Alright, let's stop because I end up going on a tangent. It'll end up going on forever. It's a stacked rust door. Lots of sales. What's your personal favourite, though? In fact, after all the apping, what do you now feel a lot more confident with? Like, did you kind of dismiss the frog boonie hat? And now you're suddenly thinking, oh, hang on a minute. Oh, yeah, actually, yeah, I'll go buy a sneaky 1,000 of them. What? Alright, cool. Let's take a quick sneak peek at the... oh, don't worry about that. That was just wishful thinking. It was wishful thinking from something from the past. I can confirm to you I've seen only 2 skins submitted so far. I can confirm to you Gear Mechanism large wood box has been posted. So, a collection continuation is there. Crushed Can Rock. That's like the 4th attempt I've seen of that. It's an interesting design, but if it's a 4th attempt, maybe take the hint. Sorry, Voodoo, but come on now. Anyway, I'm sure you're fully aware about the Twitch drops as well. I have made a video talking about all the potential problems and issues that you might have. Basically, some people were getting stuck. Some people didn't know why the skins weren't being sent to their inventories. Well, it's been pretty common issues that I quite literally easily address very quickly in the first like 10 minutes of the video. So if you had any problems, if you're not really sure what's going on with these special charity skins, consider giving it a good watch. I'd greatly appreciate it. I should also point out, can I just sit here and say, wow, a lot of money has been raised, hasn't it? Yep. So over $100,000 already. And around midday across Europe tomorrow, when this video is even uploaded as well, I'm pretty sure the next skin will be unlocked, because with the amount being raised, it's pretty ridiculous. Although I would say it is starting to slow down with the daily gains. I think we might just fall short of it, okay? But at some point later in the evening tomorrow, I do believe we'll eventually see the next skin being unlocked. So cool. But let me just quickly sit here and say, oh wow, people have been donating. Can I just sit here and say, Mr. Random Robot, what? He appeared in my stream yesterday. He was like, hey, how you doing? I was like, yeah. I was tired, so I didn't really respond that much. And then he drops $100. Also, thank you to Tagurit, Kai, Nala, I Am the Spark, Raver Rusty. Thank you so much. Thank you for your generosity. So, hope you enjoy the bears. How many bears did he get? Anyway, ridiculous. So, whilst I'm here as well, can I give props to Monstera? Her and the Art of Rust team, they have been drawing non-stop. Go on Twitch right now. Go watch them. They're still drawing. They're not stopping. Every $20, they accept a commission, and they add it to like a massive collage of like animals and whatnot. And they have been taking so many, and they're still drawing. Okay, $6,000+. They should do like an art drive or something. They could probably easily raise tons of money by themselves. I'm not sure what for, but you know, they're gone wild. Consider giving that a good watch. Okay, cool. And of course, donate to them if you want to. Right, so yeah, lots of nice things going on. And again, feel free to go ahead and watch my predictions video if you so wish, if you want to get like a good insight in regards to what I'm personally thinking are potentially the best investments for the week. I do have a bit of a ramble, but you can always just skip ahead to the conclusion chapter just to hear what I want to say, what I personally believe are the best investments. Yep. I did submit a bear. Oh, Freya, thank you very much for donating. That's very nice of you. Bearing is caring from Mr. Lopez. That's, yeah, bear hoarder. They better watch out. They're going to accidentally make beanie babies, aren't they? Also, I should say, if you heard like a funny noise in the background, I don't think it'd be making a noise. I do have a fan onto the side. It's hot again. Sorry. Right, anything else for Hedge to say? Fancy Job event on the horizon. I am involved. I wasn't actually sure what I was going to do this year. I was just going to probably join a different team. And then the artists approached me and they said, hey, can we just join with you? It's usually safe where you are. I was like, I guess I'll just take the UK again. So, yep. I'm with Monstera, B, and many other artists. I guess we'll probably be drawing all the people that are leading the groups in this event. We'll see how that goes. Fancy Orb Twitch drops are going to appear as well. At the end of this month, when this takes place, there will be Fancy Orb Twitch drops as well. I hope you're ready for what you're about to see. I hope you're ready for what you're about to see, okay? Because there are some very, very nice skins. I might have offered my opinions. I might have offered my insight. I might have offered some cool ideas. So, what's going to happen? You've got to wait and see. So, maybe within the next week or two, we're going to know what the Twitch drops are for that. And I think you're going to be very pleasantly surprised with what you're about to see. So, I must have said that about 5 times. You get the idea. Blah, blah, blah. Shut up, Hedge. Let's move on. Okay, cool. So, done. Also, yeah, let's also mention this as well. The charity auctions are pretty absurd. There's a 25,500 bid for the ability to make a Twitch drop. And I should clarify, they don't specifically get to drop the skin. It sounds like it's going to be a general drop. If they specifically got to drop the skin, all right, just from the ad revenue, you'd make tons of... You'd make it all back, yeah. Ad revenue is ridiculous when you have a Twitch drop. It's still stupid though, but hey, it's all for a good cause. Stupid is good. Right, and then yeah, the $1,500 worth of skins, which is actually probably worth around $3,000, now pushing up to $2,600. So yeah, lots of generosity, some very lovely people. Why would you want to visit Face Punch? Why would you want to go to Birmingham? I hope Birmingham. Right, I'm moving on. Sorry, I'm joking. If you know the video, you know the video. So, yeah. Electric furnace might be tomorrow, or it might end up on Monday. We have plenty of time. There is no rush. But thank you to all the people that have been rushing to get those teddy bears. Thank you for all the people that have been donating. I think I've said enough. Cool. So, yeah, that's it. That is it. Feel free to comment below what you personally believe is looking to be the best investment for the week. Feel free to comment below what you happen to like the most this week. Keep an eye on the workshop. Plenty more interesting skins are going to appear. That's it. That's a wrap. Hedge can now sleep. Goodbye. Oh.